Joseph Ramon Fierro was born September 19, 1913, to Emma and Ponto Fierro, two Italian immigrants who had come to the United States a decade prior. Ponto, his father, worked as a coal miner in Shenandoah, Pennsylvania, which was a melting pot of immigrants from both Western and Eastern Europe. Joseph spent the first 3 years of his life surrounded by a diverse group of people, along with his 8 siblings. In 1916, his family moved to Manville following the establishment of the asbestos manufacturing giant, Johns Manville. There, his parents would go on to have 3 more children, making Joseph one of a dozen. Ponto died tragically in 1928 at the age of 56, when Joseph was only in the 10th or 9th grade, attending Boundbrook High School. Despite his life-altering loss, he continued with his education and went on to attend Rutgers University for 2 years, where we believe that he studied industrial engineering. Like his father and 2 of his brothers, Joseph took a job at Johns Manville, where he worked as an industrial engineer. Manville was a working-class town with the manufacturing plant as its heart. Johns Manville sponsored Manville's high school's first football field, where the annual Asbestos Bowl was held, while a street sign welcomed visitors to Asbestos City. Much of the town's workforce was employed at Johns Manville. Joseph proudly served his fellow employees as the president of the John Manville Independent Labor Union. Outside of his work life, he was regarded as one of Manville's most popular young men, and he was actively involved in various organizations. He was engaged in politics like other members of his family. Joseph's older brother, Nicholas, served as a councilman in Manville for 6 years, while his sister, Isabel, was a member of the Women's Republican Club and the Young Republican Club. Joseph himself was active in both local and county Republican circles, and was even the president of the Manville Republican Club. Joseph frequently attended church with his family and enjoyed golfing at the Raritan Valley Country Club, an exclusive club with only 300 members that welcomed a myriad of amateur and professional golfers. While Joseph himself never married, his home life was certainly fulfilling, as both his community and family played large roles in his life. He lived at home with his mother, Emma, and was the best man at his sister, Isabel's wedding, indicating that he shared a close relationship with both Isabel and her husband. 4 months after the bombing of Pearl Harbor, Joseph enlisted in the Army. He was 28 years old. In addition to being slightly older than the median age of U.S. soldiers in the war, he possessed critical leadership skills born out of his political, union, and work experience. This talent would not go unrecognized. Joseph's basic training occurred at Fort Jackson in South Carolina. Before moving on to combat and infantry training, he was given the rank of Staff Sergeant. He continued to distinguish himself and was sent to the officer candidate course at Fort Benning in Georgia in the spring of 1944, where he received leadership training that focused on small unit tactics, command responsibilities, and strategic planning. There, he received his commission as a second lieutenant and was given the crucial responsibility of training men at the Headquarters Company, 262nd Infantry Regiment, and 66th Infantry Division for the impending conflict. Under the command of Major General Herman Kramer, Fierro trained men at Camp Rucker in Alabama. They were nicknamed the Black Panther Division and wore a shoulder sleeve insignia featuring a snarling panther designed by the comic book artist Nick Carty, who earned 2 Purple Hearts during his own time in service. On November 16, 1944, Joseph's regiment was sent to England, where they would train and prepare for their entry into action about a month later. Prior to going to England, Joseph quickly was able to visit his mother, Emma. On Christmas Eve, they got the fateful call. They were going to pass the English Channel and join the Battle of the Bulge, which was already underway. The men of the 262nd and 264th Regiments boarded the Belgian SS Leopoldville. Tragically, a number of standard protocols were ignored in the preparation and boarding of the ship. 5 miles of the shore, just before 6 p.m., a torpedo launched by the German submarine U-468 struck the starboard side of the ship. An estimated 300 men died instantly. Many others survived long enough to attempt to abandon the ship, either by jumping into the scrambling nets of the HMS Brilliant or by diving into the cold, icy waters. Joseph's death is reported as a drowning, though it might as well have been from hypothermia. All told, 763 Americans died in the Leopoldville sinking. Behind 2 first lieutenants, Joseph was the 3rd highest ranking soldier. For some people, their greatest legacy is their children. In the case of Joseph Fierro, his legacy instead comes from the 6 months he spent teaching, drilling, and training his men, ensuring that they had every skill they needed to succeed in combat, to survive in the most trying of circumstances. Some of those men died with him, but others survived and effectively destroyed the German troops left behind in port cities in western France, such as Lorient, Saint-Nazaire, Royan, and La Rochelle. Some of those same men repulsed a heavy German attack near La Croix in April of 1945 and were able to seize the strongly fortified enemy positions. On May 8, 1945, surviving members of the 66th Infantry Division accepted the German surrender. Soldiers, although Joseph was not there to see it surrender, he played a key role in this victory by training and preparing these men. Joseph Ramon Fierro understood the importance of his mission, as well as the risks involved. He willingly made the ultimate sacrifice for his family and for his country because he knew the stakes involved. Today, we take increased devotion to our collective responsibility to protect liberty against authoritarianism when we thank and salute the life and sacrifice of Joseph